A pleasant day to everyone. For our today topic, we have Introduction to Economics and Choice in the World of Scarcity. So again, I am Miss Jero. So before we discuss about this lesson, I want you to get your notes and pen so that while I am discussing, you do your job to take the notes. Alright, so what is economics? So for me to introduce economics, this is the definition. The study of how humans make decisions in face of scarcity. This can be individual decisions, family decisions, business decisions, or even societal decisions. Once we talk about economics, if you look around carefully, you will see that scarcity is the fact of life. So, what is scarcity daw? Scarcity is that this is the human wants for goods or services and resources exceed what is available. So, what are the resources? It can be labor, tools, land, and raw materials are necessary to produce goods and services we want, but they exist. They just exist in limited supply. So, even even in time, no, meron na tayong tinatawag na scarcity because we only have 24 hours a day for us to earn income, to acquire goods and services, even for our leisure time, or even for sleep. So, kahit ikaw ay mayaman or ikaw ay mahirap, kapare-parehas lang po tayo na merong scarcity when it comes to time. And, okay, next. Let's talk about the division of specialization of labor. So, kailan po ba ito nag-start? So, nag-start ito nung nagkaroon ng book, okay, si Adam Smith. So, sino po ba si Adam Smith? Siya po yung ating father of modern economy. Ang title po noon ay The Wealth of in the year of 1776. So, many authors had written an economy or economics in centuries before. But, he was the first. So, before, marami pong nasusulat tungkol sa ekonomiya. Maraming economists na nagsulat ng iba't ibang book regarding the activities in the economy. Pero, si Adam Smith lang ang nagkaroon ng comprehensive way on how to introduce the concept of division of labor. So, dito, okay, ang ginawa niya, sabi niya doon, kailangan daw po ang goods and services na pinuproduce ng isang manggagawa ay nakadepende sa number ng task or the task will be divided, okay, to the labor na kung saan iba-iba po yung piniperform nilang trabaho. Instead, gagawin siya ng isang tao. Okay? So, to illustrate division of labor, Smith counted how many tasks went into making anything. So, in a modern businesses, divided tasks as well. No? Kahit sa mga restaurant, magkakaiba sila ng trabaho. Pagpasok mo pa lang sa restaurant, meron ng tinatawag na greeter. Sila po yung mga greeters, sila po yung mga staff na kung saan bati sa'yo, welcome. So, yun lang yung trabaho nila. And then, pagpasok mo sa restaurant, syempre pauupuin ka, meron sa'yo lalapit na server. So, meron na tayong pangalawang labor. Okay? So, siya, mag-aantay siya doon sa o-orderin mo. Next, kapag po-order ka na, kung ano mong order mo is either main course ba yan or dessert yan. After nila makuha yung order mo, ipaprocess na yan sa counter. So, meron na naman tayong cashier. Okay, so meron na tayong tatlong labor. So, si cashier, gagawin niya, iatak niya yung order mo, suklaan ka niya kung meron kang sukle. So, yan, bibigyan ka niya ng receipt, yun yung trabaho niya. So, after niya ma-pension, gagawin niya, syempre, i-call niya yan sa kitchen. So, sa kitchen natin, meron tayong mga helper, meron tayong top chef, meron tayong mga sous chef, so iba't ibang klaseng chef. Depende nga doon sa product na ino-offer ni restaurant. So, kung papansinin nyo, yung service na napagdaanan mo doon, maraming gumawa para sa'yo. Okay? Kasi hindi po yun kaya ng isang tao. Yan. Bakit? Kasi nga po, sabi po ni Adam Smith, mas nagiging productive or mas nagkakaroon po ng tinatawag na mas nalilesen yung time, mas lumalaki yung tinatawag natin na income kapag po continuous yung nangyayaring activity sa businesses. Kasi kung isa lang ang gumagawa niyan, automatically, maybe, si customer, hindi siya happy. Kasi bago ka pa nakakain, ang tagal pa lang inantay mo. Kasi nga po, isa lang yung kumikilos. So, yun yung tinatawag natin na division of labor. So, kailan tayo nagkakaroon? Paano natin dinidivide si labor? Siyempre, depende po yun sa kanilang specific task. Kung saan magaling si employee, kung mo siya ilagay. Okay? Bakit po? Kasi, kapag hindi mo siya nilagay doon sa kung saan siya magaling, maybe, yung salary yung babayad mo sa kanya, maging waste lang. Okay? So, yung tinatawag natin na division of labor. Next. And what is the difference between micro and macroeconomics? So, I know you are used to this topic. However, let's just have a recap. So, once we talk about microeconomics, it's focused on the action of individual agents within the economy, like household, workers, and businesses. However, when we talk about macroeconomics, it looks at the economy as a whole, focus on the broad issues such as growth production, number of unemployed people. So, ayan, yung mga increase ng prices natin, tinatawag ng inflation, yung mga batas ng government. So, ayan, yun po yung tinatawag natin na macroeconomics. So, itong dalawa na to, hindi po natin sila pwedeng i-separate. Okay? Rather than, let's make them a complementary perspective on the overall subject of economy. Okay? So, dito, in microeconomics, dinadetermine natin kung paano daw po nag-budget si household. Kasi, micro maliit na unit, no? So, ano po may pinaka-maliit na unit, which is the family. So, si family, plus bahay pa lang, pagsahod ng sino mas masahod sa inyo, either your mom, your father, or kuya, yan. Pagtanggap ng sahod, automatically naka-budget na. Mga babayaran, tawag dyan ay microeconomics. So, dito, the combination of goods and services will best fit their needs and wants given the budget they have to spend. How do people decide whether to work, and if so, whether to work full-time or part-time? How do people decide how much to save for the future, or whether they should borrow to spend beyond their current needs? So again, microeconomics deals with one entity, with the small units. So yung effect ng activity na to, hindi naman siya magkakaroon ng effect sa buo. Kumbaga, it will not affect the entire economy. Okay? Next, let's talk about macroeconomics naman. This activity deals with the entire society. So, in other words, determine how many goods and services nation actually produce. Ilan daw po ba talaga dapat ang ino-offer na trabaho sa bansa? Para nga naman po, ba yung ating tinatawag na unemployment rate. So, kung titignan mo, yung issue na yun, napakalawak. Kasi it deals with unemployment. Alright? So, ayan. So, in microeconomics din, no, meron, ang example din natin dyan is, example, nagkaroon ng bagong monetary policy. Sa monetary policy, mayroong nagkaroon ng bagong batas on how to produce money. So, dahil nagkaroon ng bagong batas doon, automatically, yung mga bangko, magkakaroon na sila ng ibang policy. Yung mga natakautang, magkakaroon na sila ng ibang policy. Even the financial capital market, magkakaroon na sila ng ibang policy. So, lahat yun, magkakaroon ng domino effect. What else? You also have the advice or the government policy here in the Philippines. Example, si Duterte, diba? Pumirma siya ng bagong batas. So, yung batas na yun, automatically, affect the entire nation or the entire Philippines. So, dapat lahat susunod. Kahit ikaw ay nasa Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao. We need to follow. That's what we call macroeconomics. Ulit, sinabing microeconomics, the effect is just the small entity. It will not affect the entire economy or the entire nations. However, when we talk about microeconomics, it deals with entire activity of economy. Okay, next. In economics also, okay, nagkakaroon tayo ng decision because we follow some theories and models. Ano po ba yung pinagkaiba ng theories and models? Alright. Theory is just a simplified representation of how two or more variables interact with each other. So the purpose of the theory is to take complex in real world issue and simplify it down to its essential. If done well, this enables the analyst to understand the issue and any problem around it. So if they come up in a good theory, it's very simple enough for us to understand, while complex enough to capture the key features of the object or situation you are studying. So sometimes, yung mga economista natin, yung terms na ginagamit nila sa theory ay model. Okay? So, strictly speaking, a theory is more abstract representation, while model is more applied and empirical representation. Ulit, sinabing teorya, ito daw po ay abstract representation. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng abstract representation? Pag ito ay summary mode na lamang, hindi katulad ng model. It's more comprehensive presentation. It's more on applied. It's more on doing. Okay? Hindi siya katulad ng abstract. Hindi siya katulad ng theory na kung saan ano lang siya, kumbaga abstract lang, kumbaga ito lang yung detalye niya. Pero hindi naman siya somehow na-apply. Okay? Unlike model, palagi natin siyang na-apply in every activities in our economy. So, we use a model to test theories. But for this course, we will use the term interjudgment. Ibig sabihin, nagbabago. No? Depende. Yung theory na bago, automatically, yung theory na yon para ma-prove mo yun, gawan mo. Yung paggawa mo na, that's what we call application. So, whatever the application that you are doing, that's what we call model. Matakbo lang yung sitwasyon na yun. So, like for example, if you go to mall, no, may mga agent doon kung saan nagbibenta sila ng mga units, condo, or nagbibenta sila ng mahit lupa, makikita mo, may mga model sila. Okay? So, si architect, no, plinano niya kung ano yung itsura ng bahay, so makikita mo doon. So, yun, ang tawag doon ay model. Okay, ito yung plinano nila, maga pen and paper, that is what we call theory. Nung binibigyan nila ng picture, habang ginagawa nila, ina-apply nila yung theory na yun, nagkaroon tayo ng model. Okay? Hindi yan po. So, yun po yung pinagkaiba ng model and theory. So, to have a good start about the model when it comes to economy, meron po tayong tinatawag na circular flow diagram. So, dito sa diagram na to, meron tayo two groups who always interact, which are the household and firms. Firms mean to say businesses, companies, na kung saan nagpo-produce ng goods and services and nagbibenta sa mga consumers. So, ever household tayo yung nagpo-consume, tayo rin yung nagbibigay ng ng manpower natin. No? the mga businesses. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, ito pong arrow na to, no? A, goods and services. So, si firm, nagpuproduce siya at nagbibenta siya ng goods and services kay household. However, si household, para ma-enjoy niya yung goods and services ni firm, siya ay nagbabayad for payment sa ating B. Okay? In another way around, si household, para mabuhay siya at mabili niya lahat ng kanyang pangangailangan at makabayad siya ng lahat ng kanyang bills, kailangan niyang magtrabaho sa firm. So, si firm, ang gagawin niya, mabayaran niya yung pinaghirapan ni labor, which is the salary, wages, and benefits. So, meaning to say, the goods, services, money, umiikot lang kay household and firm. Okay? So, ito yung diagram na yun. Ito yung model na yun na kung saan in real situation, applicable. Next, we also have economic system. Okay, think about what complex system a modern economy is. Sabihin nyo, ano kaya ang itsura ng ano natin, no? Ng economic system. Very complex na siya sa mga susunod na panahon. It includes all production and goods and services, all buying and selling, and even employment. So, the economic life of every individual is interrelated or least to small extent with the economic life of thousands or even millions of other individuals who organize and coordinate this system, who ensure that, for example, the number of televisions a society provides in the same amount it needs it and wants, who ensure that the right number of employees work in electronic industry, who ensure that televisions are produced in the best capacity. How does it all get done? There are lists of so-called organized economy. Okay? So, ito po yung apat na yun. Ito yung tinatawag natin na ways on how economy works. So, let's start with tradition. Ano ba yung tradition? So, which is the oldest economic system and it's used in the part of Asia, Africa, and even in South America. So, in traditional economies organize their economic affairs the way they have already done, which is traditional na. So, yung trabaho ni household, example lang dyan, para ako ay mabuhay, ano gagawin ko? Okay? Gagawin ko, magtatanim ako. Kasi, ang problema ko lang naman, paano ako mabuhay sa buong mga yan. So, yung economic system nila, during that time, for me to live, I need to do something for me to eat. Yan. Yun yung tinatawag natin na traditional economy. So, because of that tradition, yung progress ng kanilang economy, konti lang, walang masyadong development. Okay, next tayo. Next is we also have the command of land economy. Si land economy naman, okay, economic effort is devoted to goal passed down from a ruler or ruling class. So, si command economy, ang nagkakaroon ng desisyon dyan is si government. Si government yung nag-decide kung anong ipoproduce, saan ipoproduce, para kanino ipoproduce yung product, magkano ibibenta. Si government lahat ang nag-decide. So, currently, meron pa rin gumagamit nito. Okay, guess who are they? Okay? So, sila po yung mga bansa na kung saan si government lang yung may say kung anong mangyayaring activity meron sila. So, sila po ay Cuba and North Korea. So, ang kanila pong mga citizen ay walang say kung anong i-produce, kaano, so yan, activities on service. So, wala silang say. Government lang ang meron say sa lahat na magiging activities. Okay, next. Market. Si market naman, diba? Kabaliktaran siya ni command land economy. So market is the institution that brings together buyer and seller of goods or services who may either individual or businesses. So dito nagkakaroon tayo ng exchange. No? In market economy, decision making is decentralized. Market economies are based on private enterprises. So yung economy na ito, nakadepende ito sa mga businesses. So depende kay business, kung ano yung nakikita niyang demand, yun yung kanyang isusupply. Depende kay business kung paano niya isusupply, magkano niya ibebenta, sino mga i-hire niya, magkano ibabayad niya sa mga tao niya. So, depende yun kay business. Okay? So, yung pinatawag natin na market economy. Okay. And then, ito bago siya. No? Kasi before, ito tatlo lang palagi. Sila lang. Hanggang sa lumabas na si mixed economy. Bakit kasi nangyayari ito? Ano ba yung mixed economy? This is the combination of command-to-man economy and the market economy. Sabihin, balance lang sila. Balance lang yung kanilang trade or balance lang yung kanilang decision. Example, sabi ni command, sabi ni government, dapat ganito yung dapat ganito yung taxes na babayaran yun, dapat ganyan, dapat ganito. So, si market economy, ang gagawin niya, gano'n. So, sige, payagan mo kung magtaas ng presyo. Payagan mo kung yung pasahod ko sa tao, hindi ko muna tataasan. Kasi, kailangan kong bayad tayo. Okay? So, sila, win-win. No? Sunod yung gusto ni economy, nasunod yung gusto ni government, sunod din yung gusto ni private. Next, in our lesson 2, which is the choice in the word of scarcity. If you read the syllable, meron tayong example dyan. Siya ay si Alfonso. Si Alfonso, meron siyang allowance na $10 per week. So, yung $10 na yun, naka-divided lang doon sa kanyang merienda at doon sa kanyang pamasahe pa uwi. So, hypothetically, ito yung mga value. So, sabi dyan, meron siyang iba't ibang choice. Yung choice niya hanggang meron. No? So, para lang hindi siya mag-exceed doon sa kanyang allowance. Okay, so, yung una niyang option, pwedeng hindi siya mamasahe. Pwedeng maglakad siya, maybe malapit lang, para makabili siya ng maraming merienda. Or, gagawin niya, okay, mas pipiliin niyang bumili, okay, pipiliin niyang bumili ng 4 at sumakay lang ng 4 na beses. Hindi, 2 araw lang siya mamasahe. So, the rest of the days in a week, maglalakad na siya. Or, eto, kumbaga nag-half-half na lang siya. Sige, gagawin ko na lang, 4 na araw akong sasakay. Kasi 8, no? 4 na araw akong sasakay. Kasi baka mangyari nito, pagod at gutom. So, meron akong chance magkaroon ng 3 burger at the same time, makakawi ako ng aga. So, ayan, may mga choices si Alfonso. Bakit? Kasi hindi siya pwedeng mag-exceed doon sa kanyang $10 na allowance. Okay, itong mga choices na to, dito lang siya pwedeng pumili. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-exceed ng may 16 tapos 2. Why? Kasi nga, $10 lang yung kanyang pera. Yun yung tinatawag natin na budget constraint. Limitado lang kasi. Okay? Next. Opportunity cost. Okay. Sinabing opportunity cost, this is the value of the next best alternative or the cost refers the value of the best organ alternative. So, given the fact that we have the scenario of Alfonso. So, dito, sinasabi lang dyan na, example, Diba? Mas pinili niyang mamasahe araw-araw. Bakit? Kasi iniisip niya maybe wala naman traffic, pag-uwi ko kakain din naman ako, alas hindi pa ako pagod maglakad. Okay? So, ano yung na-forga niya? Yung taste nung burger. Okay? Hindi niya natikman to ng buong isang linggo kasi pinili niyang umuwi gamit ang bus. Mas pinili niyang mag-transport. Or in other way around, no? Ay, okay lang. Kahit hindi ako, okay lang kahit ano, kahit na maglakad ako kasi marami na akong kasama. Habang naglalakad kami, kumakain kami, enjoy the company. Parang ganyan. So, ano yung na-forga niya? Yung energy sana niya, no? Na kung saan, limited lang. Kasi pag uwi niya, dahil naglakad siya, malamang food, pagod siya. Kasi nakapag, magkaano na lang siya, kung baga magpapahinga na naman sa ngayon. So, ganun. Pag sinabi natin opportunity cost, ano yung value nung hindi mo napili? Ano yung nasayang mo? Baga, okay, of not choosing the alternative. Okay, next. We have marginal decision making and this diminishing marginal utility. So, what is utility? Utility is the term in economics that refers to the total satisfaction received from consuming goods or services. Ulitin natin. Ang utility po, ito po yung totality ng na-consume mo. It's either product yun or services yun. It's either food. Yan. Okay. Ang tawag doon ay utility. Because utility, ibig sabihin, util, quantity. No? Ilan yung utility na na-consume mo para masatisfy ka. Okay? So, like for example, itong picture na to. Mapapansin nyo, nauuwaw siya. So, meaning, pag sinabi mo kasing marginal, nadadagdagan. Okay, margin, dagdag. Why? Because you are not yet satisfied. Okay? So, dahil nauuwaw siya, ang taas ng kanyang marginal. Sabihin, ay, ang dami kong iinumin. So, yung kanyang marginal. So, habang siya ay somehow na naiibsan yung kanyang uhaw, okay, ano nangyayari sa kanyang utility? Nababawasan. Diba? Kasi nakakapag-filled in na siya. Or another way around, ay, hindi pa ako busog. Ano gagawin ko? Meron pa rin ako marginal utility. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin ako satisfied. Kailangan ko pa ulit uminom. Yung word na kailangan mo pa ulit, that is what we call marginal. Kailangan mo pang magdagdag ng inom or mag-add ka pa. That is marginal. Okay? And then, the time na kung saan, medyo nabusog ka na, nabighay ka na. So, ibig sabihin, itong mga marginal utilities mo na yan, nag-diminish, meaning, nababawasan. Bakit? Kasi nga, hindi ka na nauuhaw. Okay? So, parang ganyan lang yan. In our graph, nauuhaw ka, dami mong nainom. Okay? Meron pa palang natira. Uminom ka ulit. Itong part na to, ang tawag dyan ay marginal. No? Nagdagdag ka pa. Why? Because you are not yet satisfied. Noong time na kung saan, nagkaroon ka na ng satisfaction, na-fulfilled na, no? Na-fulfilled na yung satisfaction. So, what will happen? Mag-diminish. Ibig sabihin, mababawasan na siya. Okay? That is the concept of marginal decision making and this diminishing marginal decision. Next, we also have the sunk costs. Ano po ito? These are the costs that were incurred in the past and cannot be recovered, should not affect the current decision. Ito po yung mga nag-gastos natin na kung saan hindi na natin ma-recover. And ito yung mga factor na kung saan hindi natin magiging basis when it comes to our decision in the future. For example, because of this online class, because of this kind of synchronous na meron tayong tinatawag, ikaw, student, ano gagawin mo? You need to buy something, diba? You need to buy cellphone, you need to buy laptop, you need to buy gadget para makasabay ka sa klase. bumili ka na. We all know that gadgets, nagdi-diminish siya. Ibig sabihin, bawasan ang value niya habang tumatagal. So, yung cellphone mo na yan ngayon, o yung gadget mo na yan ngayon, in the next 5 years, iba na po ang value niya. Ibig sabihin, yung nawalang value sa kanya, yung tinatawag natin na yung depreciation cost niyan, yun tinatawag natin na sa cost. Diba? Kung ngayon, nabili mo yung phone na yan ng 10,000, in the next 5 years, hindi na 10,000 ang value niyan. Maybe ang value na lang yan, 5,000. So, magkano naging sa cost mo? 5,000. Bakit? Yun yung nawala na sa iyo. Kumbaga, yun yung nagastos mo. Okay? Yun yung nagastos mo nung lumipas ang panahon. Okay? Naunawaan? Hindi natin. Sa cost, ito po yung mga nagastos natin kung saan hindi mo na pwedeng ibalik. At ito yung mga nagastos natin na hindi ito pwedeng maging basis mo for your future decision. Kasi natapos na siya, napakinabangan mo naman siya. So, ito yung mga gastos na kung saan hindi mo na pwedeng balikan because it's already done. Okay? Next is comparative advantage. Right, ano po bang meron sa comparative advantage? So, dito, comparative advantage is ano yung advantage mo? Ano yung angat mo? You're going to compare yourself to others. Yan. Kasi tinawag na comparative advantage. Ano yung lamang mo? So, in here example, okay, meron tayong dalawa dyan, which is the country of Brazil and the country of US. So, itong dalawang bansa na ito, meron silang tinatawag na comparative advantage. Ano kaya yun? So, let's talk about the two products that they produce. Okay, which is the sugar cane and the wheat. So, yung west na to, ang mas mataas na nag-produce ng sugar cane ay si Brazil. Dito naman, ang mataas na nag-produce ng wheat is si US. Which is, ano naman siya, di ba? Kabalikaran. Okay? Dito naman, mas mababa si wheat. Dito naman, mas mababa si sugar. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, ano po yung comparative advantages nila? Comparative advantage ni Brazil is sugar cane. Ang comparative advantages ni US is wheat. So, dito, ito yung kanilang tinatawag na comparative advantages. Saan sila mas madaig? Or saan sila mas lamang? Okay? So, yun po yan. Next, trade-off. Okay. Kailan po nangyayari sa trade-off? Yan. Di ba kanina sabi natin, meron kang comparative advantages. So, kanina, so, yan. Ang comparative, let's for example, sa Brazil, ang comparative advantage niya ay sugar cane. Pero wala siyang masyado. Well, so, anong gagawin niya? Makikipag-trade off ngayon siya kay US para mapunan yung pangangailangan niya when it comes to wealth. Same thing with the US. Okay? Ang comparative advantage naman niya is wealth. So, para po mapunan yung pangangailangan ng bansa when it comes to sugar cane, makikipag-trade off ako kay Brazil. Okay? Yung po yung tinatawag natin na trade off. Ano ibig sabihin dyan? It is an exchange where you give up one thing in order to get something else that you are also desiring. Alright. And the last is what we call the positive and normative statement. Okay, unahin po natin si positive. We'll talk about positive. It describes the word as it is. Positive. Ibig sabihin, yun talaga yung dapat gawin. Okay? Yung statement na yun, that is factual. However, when we talk about normative, let's talk about description, judgment, and also opinion. Yeah. So, we cannot test them since we cannot prove option, the truth or false. They are option based on one value. So, for example, economists would analyze a proposal with system in a certain system. So, So if expected benefits exceed the cost, i-include that project is worthy. So that is the example of positive statement. O bakit ba tayo kailangan magkaroon ng ganitong project? Kasi para mabilis ang transaction, para mabilis ang transportation, para yung mga um, goods natin, no, madali makapunta doon sa ganitong location. That's positive. Makikilabang tayo lahat. Yun nga lang, kung pagdating ng normative statement, no, nag-iiba na siya. Like for example natin sa normative. Yeah. Other economies argue for extended unemployment compensation during the Great Depression because a rich country like US should take care of its less fortunate citizens. An example of normative analysis. Okay? Pwede natin. Sabi normative analysis. Ito po ay based on the value, based on judgment, based on opinion. Yan. Sabi doon sa in-example ko kanina, sa US, lahat daw po ng mga hindi nagtatrabaho sa kanila, dapat matulungan during the Great Depression, nagkaroon ng depression ng kanilang bansa. Bakit? Kasi po, ang US ay kinikilalang rich country. So, dapat tulungan niya yung mga less fortunate na citizen. Ay, ganun siya. May judgment, may opinion. Diba parang katulad sa atin? No? Tutusin nga, parang tayo lang may ayuda if you're going to compare with other country. That is normative statement. No? Kumbaga, si Philippines, ang ginawa niya, kaysa ma-depress tayong lahat, no? Kaysa, di bali nang mangutang tayo sa ibang bansa, as long as, makatulong tayo doon sa mga apektado, okay? Nung pandemic. So, ganun siya. Ganun yung tinatawag natin na normative statement. Kumbaga, ito yung reality na nangyayari. Pero kahit ganun, kailangan, meron ko pa rin maibigay. Okay? Kasi that is based on value. Ano yung pinapahalagahan natin, diba? Money or the people inside the country. So, yun yung pinakaiba ng normative and positive statement. So, sinabi yung positive, wala kang dapat i-argue dyan. Okay? Because that is objectively. Sabihin, hindi yan. Hindi katulad yung normative, kailangan mo pa siyang ilaban. Okay? Kailangan may mga debate pa yan. Para hanggang sa mag-prove mo na tama yung opinion mo. Na tama yung judgment. So, yun po yung pinakaiba ng positive and normative. Alright, again, thank you so much for listening. If you have any question, please ask. Huwag po kayong mahihiya to ask. Okay, para po mas lumawak ang inyong learning. Again, thank you so much for listening.